Africa Nazarene University. It's good to have you in studio. Karibu sana. Also joining us, Robert Makokha Wangoko, President Bunge la Mwananchi Nakuru. Karibu sana and good morning. We have Githuku Kiama, a youth leader. Karibu sana. At the back there, Kelvin Nyamache, CEO Edulite International. Karibu.
Thank you.
I also have Njamiu Blanche, a youth leader as well. Dishon Mutua, MCA aspirant Matungulu Eastward, and another youth leader, Joy Mwenda. Karibuni sana. These headlines, if you look at them, they're all negative headlines this morning. The intention was that the demonstrations are going to be peaceful across the country, simply to commemorate the 60 or more people who perished or who lost their lives in the demonstrations of June 25 last year. But if you look at the headlines, we are talking about more deaths. And the question is, Dennis, what went wrong?
You see, the problem nowadays is that everything is wrong, everything in totality. You see, personally, I'm a resident of Ongata Rongai, and already we have a victim. In last year's protests, we already had a victim, actually more than one, including a child who was actually almost like a baby, you see, going to school, and you are still not even a youth, you see. So now, if I could just give a highlight of what happened in Ongata Rongai, we could see policemen who are on plain civilian clothes. You could see them shooting directly at civilian homes, you see. They are shooting at protesters. So now, you can see the kind of world and the kind of country that you are living in. We do not have any order at all when it comes to protests. Number one, I can also tell you that in the morning, the protests in any part of the country, it was very peaceful. Those were the real Gen Zs that began in the protests in the morning. But later on, they were infiltrated by goons. And all these goons, the question is, where do they come from? You realize there are two choices. Number one, they are hired. Others, they just find themselves, just like the other guy who was in town was recorded saying, si tulikuwa mboka, so unaona, unalitaliate, unaona. So that guy actually appeared as a goon, but you are not yet paid. You see, the numbers that came out on Wednesday, it was supposed to be a remembrance. It was supposed to be like an anniversary of remembering the day when the protest began, the day when the Gen Zs came out in the streets to demand their rights. Because the civil rights, it is a civil right to come out and speak out. You see, the problem is we are supposed to be going to participate in the public participation. That is where we are supposed to be airing our rights. But the question is, are we listened to? Do they listen to us?
And indeed, Article 37 assures and guarantees you that right. Every person has a right, peaceably and unarmed, to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petitions to public authorities. But, Robert, it is the cost of this that we're now questioning. Is it worth it that a year later, as we commemorate the deaths of about 60 or more people who may have died last year, that more blood is shed, that 18, and I'm sure the numbers will continue rising, probably they'll get to 20 or more, that as you commemorate the death of those 60 people, 20 more killed? Okay. Is it worth it?
Thank you so much for the invitation. And as people have been told, I'm Robert Makokha Wangoko, the president of Bunge la Mwananchi, Nakuru County. In Bunge la Mwananchi, we stand for the rights of the people, especially who are the voiceless in the society, as well as standing to fight or to bring to an end the violation of the human rights. Now, I may start by telling you that it was not worth, and we must ask ourselves, where did the rain start beating us, and what can we actually do for us to have a different story come next time? You realize that there is something crucial that the government must march with a lot of speed to rectify before we expect different results. As they normally say, you can't do things in the same way and look forward for different outcome. The government of the Republic of Kenya through the Ministry of Defense, are supposed to come up with new measures in the police force. They must enroll special programs concerning the guiding and counseling to the officers, so that anytime an officer goes to the streets, he understands what is expected of him. As a protester, also understands himself. At the same time, the government should also move with speed to ensure that the mini grades that are meant for recruitment, they are also raised. For instance, sorry to use that term because I lack a better word to use, you cannot enroll me with a D minus in the forces. I don't know much about the Constitution. And you expect the same me to have read the same Constitution and understand that there is a clause or chapter 1 of the Constitution that is saying power belongs to the people. You cannot recruit me with a D, then expect me to translate the law and say that chapter 37 also gives me the power to picket and assemble. That is one. Secondly, there is no point of a child seeing the parent or the elder brother doing the unthinkable and us expecting the same child to grow up acting in a different way. The moment we had the mention of the name of the sitting governor of the city of Nairobi, Mr. Johnson Sakaja, and from the revelation by the boys who are purported to have been paid to cause havoc in the city of Nairobi, the first day we had the demonstration, or the second time when the mask vendor was gunned down, it was a clear indicator that there is a hand from the politicians.
Okay.
So as we cry for of whatever that happened on the wrong day, because commemoration was actually what was in our mind. Personally, I attended the protest. I had nothing in my hands apart from the phone and maybe the mask.
But I hear you, Robert. Kema, the issue is